we mentioned an evacuation, and what we're trying to do there is portray the magnitude of this event. When you look at a 92 river on a 93 levee, that creates very little margin for error. And so, given the changing circumstances all the time, and you know where the numbers are falling, and the predictions and that kind of thing, we just thought it would be wise to put that out there, that for people to understand that evacuating isn't doing too much. I mean, that's something that you should consider doing. We've also asked our community members to, plug their storm sewers or their sanitary or their floor drains to prevent sewer from backing up, and to also prevent water from going in if they would happen to get water in their basement. And a lot of community, and we've also asked them to conserve water and sanitary sewer use. A lot of communities are doing that, and that's just an attempt to try to maintain the operation of our sanitary sewer system. At this time, we don't have any problems, but as we get into the higher water, we want to make sure that we have as much capacity as we can. Another one of our objectives during this event is to make sure that if we have problems in certain areas with the sanitary sewer, we may end up segmenting them off by blocking them off, which would render that particular segment unusable. But we'll do whatever we can to keep them in use as long as possible. So that is a possibility. It's something we're planning for or making arrangements for, but don't have any particular plans to do that as of right now. Another bit of information, just for the record, one of the things that I like to try to do during flood events is give people reference points as to where the water's at, what the banks are at. We can do that, but it's going to be the homeowner's responsibility to understand what their property elevation is. That's something every property owner should understand, and we can try to provide other parameters like duration of the event and how high the water might get, but they need to make figure out what their elevation is and make their plans. Just for some reference, this morning at 8 o'clock, the Missouri River, we had some elevations taken, and we've been taking elevations periodically over the last couple of days, and we do that for every flood event, so we have that information. But the Missouri River, kind of in the middle of Dakota Dunes, was at an elevation of about 1086. That was about 8 o'clock this morning. And the Big Sioux River at that same time, about 8 o'clock in the morning, was 1084.88. So it's still quite a ways down from where we expect it to get. So we'll just continue to monitor it through the night and make plans accordingly. I know the Union County Emergency Management is going to be issuing a press release about a non-mandatory evacuation. And again, that is designed to give people an idea of what the magnitude of this event could be. So, but on the other hand, we want to make sure everybody knows we are trying to take every precaution we can to minimize any effects.
Jeff, do you know, and are there very many people that have evacuated from around here yet? Have you heard of anyone doing that?
I don't know that for sure. I know that I asked the school district the Dakota Valley School District to cancel classes today in anticipation of this, just to, in the event people did want to leave, it would just take one step out of the process. And there's so much uncertainty with these type of events. You just don't know, what the water level is going to be for sure, and then when it does get to that water level, what does it exactly do? So we're taking those precautions out, but I don't know that anybody has left as of yet.
So have you been actually in contact with the Corps?
I have been in contact with Senator Thune's office, Senator Round's office, Governor Noem's office, and they have been in direct communication with the Corps. I typically try to take that avenue during these events because they have so many things to take care of. But they always talk to those type of people, so I can always get that information from them. So
what exactly are they telling you right now?
Exactly what they're telling me is exactly what I just told you.
Okay, just making sure.
But the levels of the releases from Gavin's Point you got to keep in mind the conditions are changing there all the time. They're observing information and reacting to it. So there are going to be times when the Corps changes what they predicted earlier. So we just have to be prepared for that. And sometimes I take a number that they have given, and then if they say it's going to drop, sometimes I just stick with the higher one, just to make sure I'm covered.
So you said you contacted Dakota Valley about classes. Did they end up canceling classes today, or did they opt to stay in school?
They canceled classes.
Okay.
So is it easier with communications now with a historical perspective of 2011 behind us? And I know the releases were a lot larger for a prolonged period of time compared to what they've been now, but do you think they're a little more cognizant of the effect down here now than, say, 7 years ago? Or I guess it's, for all of us that went through that then, there is a lot of bad relationships with them that came out of that. I guess to make it a shorter question, is the trust element there now compared to what it was in 2011?
I think that there's always that trust issue there, but the Corps has improved its communication quite a bit, and the Corps had their spring or their fall meeting here in Sioux City, and it was very well attended. They're having their spring meeting here in April, which I'm hoping will also be attended. And really the best way to understand the Corps is just to learn about how they operate. And that's by going on the internet. All the data that they have is pretty much readily available on the internet if you know where to find it and how to get it and how to interpret it. So it's kind of a two-way street. One is trust on the Corps, but also for the user to become educated enough to figure out to understand what they're doing.
Yeah. Are you getting the notice on the increased releases? Because last night, I got word that they were upping it to 90,000, and everybody went to bed thinking that's what it is, and then all of a sudden I wake up and find out I got an email at 2 a.m. that at midnight it went to 100,000. So, media-wise, nobody anticipated that. I don't know if you anticipated that.
Midnight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was midnight when I got a call, and I had a feeling there was going to be a call, but again, they only can call so many people, and the people that they call are the people that need to get that information and use it. And it's hard to do that sometimes when it's that late at night. So I make sure that I know who gets the information, and I make sure that they call me.
So for those properties that could be affected by rising waters, are there going to be sandbag stations? Is that something you guys are going to offer here, or are residents kind of on their own?
I know Union County's exploring that option. We've had experiences with sandbags that, that haven't been too pleasant. People, they're not as effective. You don't know where to put them, how to place them, that kind of thing. And sometimes they create more harm than they're good. So at this point, we are not doing anything with sandbags, but Union County might, and they'll have to get that message out.
Sioux City had a news conference in Woodbury County at 10 a.m. They said, Fire Chief Everett said, they expect Hamilton underneath the I-29 overpass will be underwater Saturday night. I know that will affect traffic out of here going south. Are there any plans for barricades or anything else road-wise in the immediate area that you think may go underwater, even if it's just a few hours?
Yeah, well, locally, we will manage that as it happens, but yeah, we would do the same thing. The interstate is typically always open. People will be able to figure out where they need to get there and how they need to get there. But yeah, locally, we'll just have to address that situation as it happens. And a lot of these flood fights, you can plan and do all these things, but at the end of the day, when the flood starts, when the water gets there, that's when you find out where things need to be fixed, and you have to react to it.
And the sheriff's been down here.
And the sheriff's been down here, and that's another good point too. If you choose to evacuate or choose to leave, be assured that we will, we'll have Dakota doing security, our security company on site at night. The sheriff's office will be readily available and patrolling, so there won't be any issues there.
So is 1093 the magic number then? I know that as far as the flood level, or I don't know if magic number is the best way to phrase that.
We're saying it's closer to 1092.
But having said that, if we started getting hard information that we were going to start seeing 93, we'd probably start being more aggressive on the evacuation discussion.
Any additional information?
I would encourage residents to continue to look for our updates. We'll get them out. We'll probably get another one out this afternoon as new information becomes available. And they can also get some of that information off the internet from the National Weather Service and from the Corps of Engineers. But we will do our best to keep information flowing through emails and that type of thing, and then also through the media. But, this is not anything like 2011. It's a lot lower. It's a lot shorter for this event, and then we'll look forward to what happens moving forward.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.